We time.
United States of America.
What up, what up, what up? We are back once again. Yo, we are back, man. This is your boy Big Ruck.
And I'm Brother Jam.
And we are the Daily Smoke, and this is the Smoke Sessions. And what number is this?
6.
No. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
it is 6.
It's
number 6.
It's number 6.
Yes.
See, sweet.
I know.
Yes.
I was literally about to say 3.
You are stuck on 3.
I know that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. There's something about that number 3.
You know, we've been telling stories of threesomes and shit all day.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
Number
man,
3's
you
in
know,
his
it'll
head.
do it. So what's up, man? Everybody good?
Everybody's doing good. How y'all doing over there?
I'm always good, you know.
That's
Shit,
what's
brother
up,
loves his
man.
weed time for me.
Shout out to that brother Ron, man. Can't wait till you get back in. And shout out to the Daily Smoke, Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Y'all don't forget to tap in, man.
Yeah.
What's up?
Check out
Vanellos, modeling the clothes, you know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all go
check
to
out the website,
you know what I'm saying?
thedailysmoke.com.
And you can get to all of our social medias, and you can get to the clothes, where you can get to the clothes and the stuff to drink out of, the pints and the what else we got? Pillows,
Coffee mugs,
and
pillows.
coffee mugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think we even got underwear.
Yeah. I don't know. We might. If we need to get some.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Some
have
Daily Smoke underwear.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun, dog.
Okay.
Hey, man. Yeah.
We need to look into that.
Yeah,
Okay.
most definitely. So, and like if it's a woman and y'all get a bra and panties, you might get something free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just that's incentive, you know, something we can do.
Just a little
But
motivation.
but anyway, we're gonna do something like that. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all tap into all of that. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And tell people about this that like stuff like we like. You know what I'm saying? It's the Nerd Out Hour.
So
That's really what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Come sit and nerd out with us for a little bit.
Man. Yeah. So whatever nerddom, we gonna hit it up eventually.
We're gonna touch on everything.
Yeah. So like today, you know, as y'all can see, we got some Transformers out here.
See, okay, hold on. First, I want to give a shout out to Brother Bobby.
Yes, man.
Bobby Blackhand, the cameraman.
Yes, man.
You know, this is his collection. Now,
Yeah.
I want y'all to understand, this is high quality stuff.
Absolutely, man.
You know, the Constructicon alone earns the man some points of respect.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
That's over $200
Hey man,
sitting right there.
that Constructicon is awesome, dog.
Yes. And the Optimus Primal.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
I mean,
Beast Wars. If I know anything about Beast Wars, that's Optimus Primal right there.
Yeah, man. And the articulation come on, man.
Yeah.
Even about my.
I can't see the other two on that side, so I'm not sure. And I forgot who this one was.
Oh no, that's the Combaticons that transforms into Brutus.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember those. Yeah.
And we still got
Megatron
right here. And we still trying to figure out how to get him transformed all the way.
I thought you had him.
Nah, man, we ain't
Amy
get
was
it all the
messing
way
with
yet. We ain't get it all the way yet. See, we had the chest. Like, I can get the chest back, turn, but the arms are the only thing. Like, he's stuck in this position. So it's something that about the shoulder joint.
You haven't put him in the right place
He's stuck in cop mode. It's like, oh, the cop.
Right.
I always knew Megatron was black.
Right. Good one.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna have some fun today, man. Hope y'all watch session 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, check them out.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
Now I'll admit they was a little rough with the first one, but you know.
Yeah.
But we good now.
Most definitely.
Right?
Most definitely.
I mean, if we not, let us know.
Yeah, for real.
Leave a comment.
Yeah, y'all got any suggestions? Send them in, man. Don't forget, go to the website. And if y'all want to just hit us up about something, you can always go to the.daily.smoke@gmail.com.
Yep.
All right. and just
And that'll
hit
be
us
up on the screen. So
yeah, most
get that
definitely.
email. Hit the website though. Check it out.
Right. So man,
Okay,
yes.
it was.
Oh wait.
Max Headroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, for those of y'all who don't know, or maybe didn't grow up in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Max Headroom was this supposedly computer-generated character back in the 80s, and he started off, I think, it was a music video.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the song or whatever, but the character became so popular, he became like an entity unto himself. I think at one point he had a TV show or a movie.
something.
On MTV, was it?
Yeah, he used to VJ
hosted
on
it. He
MTV.
hosted it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like he was a big deal, Max Headroom. But
he was his own celebrity.
But that dude, that was actually an actor.
Right.
His name was.
It's a shame, dog. We've been still trying to get this dog on Megatron. Hey man, this is no joke.
You in that Megatron. Matt Fuhrer is his name.
Yeah.
Matt Fuhrer is his name. And if you know who Matt Fuhrer is, he's been in a lot of things since then. If you watch Eureka, they used to come on Sci-Fi Channel. He was in that. What else was he in? Oh dang it, it's escaping me right now. But Max Headroom was this big deal, and I was trying to explain to my kids who Max Headroom was, and they were like, "Huh? We don't get it." And so I had to pull up, I had to find YouTube videos of and I was actually able to find some of his old commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, watching that, oh my God. I was like, how did we believe this was an actual computer program back then?
Right, dog.
No.
But we did.
Yeah, they sold it.
Man.
Sold hook, line, and sinker. And that was the thing. They put it out there as him being some kind of artificial intelligence or I don't think they claimed he was artificial intelligence, but he was supposed to be completely computer generated.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But then
they came out with Cedar. Remember Cedar? She hosted BET. It was something on BET or it was either BET or MTV. But she was a black.
Okay. I remember the one.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she hosted one of the video shows, Cedar.
Yeah.
Cedar something or whatever it was. Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. But yeah, it was just funny, man. My kids did not get it. When I showed it to them, they were like, but that's computers couldn't do that back then. And I was like, yeah, but we didn't know that.
Right.
We knew computers existed. We figured they could do anything.
For real.
You know? Man, I'm trying to tell you it's just, it goes to show you the difference in the difference a generation can make.
Man, it's huge, bro. But you know what I always say? Our generation, well, actually, if we have grandparents, anybody that has grandparents has literally seen the planet go through more change than anybody else.
Ever in history, yeah.
Ever in history.
Yeah, the change in the last, even if you just say the last 100 years, the amount of change as far as how society and the world has changed.
Yeah, man.
And that's the thing with technology. It's it's exponential growth from this point forward. Right. So in 10 years, we're gonna have the progress technologically speaking that it would have taken us 30, 40 years to get previous to this point.
Yeah.
And that's just in 10 years. And then in that next 10 years, we'll have even more progress than that and even more progress than that.
Right.
Because now we're getting to the point in technology where, they're talking about quantum computers and nanotech is dude, I saw a thing the other day where they were actually able to build little microscopic robots out of cells.
And
Out of-
they can reproduce.
No,
Is
they
that-
they can't.
Okay, keep going.
They can't
Keep going.
reproduce, but this was just like proof of concept, basically.
Yeah.
They wanted to see if they could create these artificial life that could do a basic function,
Yeah.
do a basic thing.
Yeah.
And so they was actually able to do it. I don't remember what it was that I think they just wanted them to be able to move,
Yeah.
And so like they could just move and they would just pulse and move themselves around a little petri dish or whatever. But they actually were able to put it together, give it the parts that it needs to be a working living cell, and then get it to activate basically.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, like the shit is
So-
getting to that point.
I saw one where they built an artificial organism and it actually can replicate.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a trip. I really want to find out some more about that, man.
Okay.
It's an
Well-
artificial organism they made and it can replicate.
Now that'd be interesting. Are we talking organic or are we talking like microchips?
From what I understand, it and correct. I have to really check it out again because it's been a minute since I ran across it. But if I'm not mistaken, it's nanotechnology.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's nanotechnology. But it's something, if it's not nanotechnology, which I think it is, it's something very similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I think that might be of course, obviously the difference. The one that I saw was organic.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because who's that? Elon Musk got in trouble recently. Did you hear about that? Okay, because he's working on that Neuralink thing, right?
Right.
Okay. So now some animal
Right.
activists then got on his case because they're talking about cruelty to animals on the monkeys that he was experimenting on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say that they put the chip in the monkey's head and the monkey, like, for 24 hours straight just was, like, retching and heaving, like trying to vomit nonstop.
No shit.
And it finally just died of exhaustion.
28 days later.
Just, like, the chip just fucked him up. And then another one, they said, like, the monkey had to have 3 holes drilled in its head or something. Oh, and I'm sorry, trigger warning if anybody doesn't like to hear, gross or kind of graphic stuff. But, they said one of the monkeys, they had to, like, drill 3 holes in his head for some reason. And, like, just weird shit. Just, don't get me wrong, I understand that there's a scientific experiment.
Yeah.
If something you're going to use, eventually once you try on humans, it makes sense to test it on apes. I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just seems like some of the shit that was being reported was unnecessarily cruel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so those are the kind of things that people are raising a concern about. And don't get me wrong, I find the idea of the technology great. I'm not crazy about Elon Musk, as a person.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about him, but I think the technology has good potential.
Yeah.
Of course, there's always ways something can be used wrongly, but I think it honestly does have some good potential. Like they were talking about how it might be able to cure something like that might be able to cure Parkinson's, things like that.
Yeah.
Even people with like Alzheimer's and things like that, it can help as far as like helping the brain kind of rewire itself in certain ways.
Right.
So things like that I could see the benefit of. And of course, as me and you have talked about before, the potential for prosthetics.
Yeah.
If somebody has a missing limb, then you can attach an artificial limb that would be able to tap right into your brain and respond like a real limb. There's even the potential there, and they have been working on artificial materials that can transfer the sense of touch.
Yeah.
So can you imagine as somebody who lost a hand and then being able to not only have an artificial hand that moves and responds like your real hand, but when you touch something, you can feel the
Yeah.
heat of it or the cold, and you know,
Yeah.
actually have that sense or
Yeah.
something that's close to it
Close to it,
returned.
right.
You know, imagine how that would be. And I'm like,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Man,
So
it's crazy.
like I said,
And see, the sad part about it is, you have to experiment.
Yeah.
Or else science can't go forward.
how does it? How do you
You know
figure
what I'm
out what
saying?
needs to be fixed unless you try it?
Right. And you know, because I don't think nobody's sitting there going, "Let's torture the monkey. Let's torture the monkey." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody's doing that.
And
But it does seem like, you know, but I mean,
Makeup.
if you look at what they are doing, the result that they're seeking to get, what else can they do to find out the results that they're looking for? So if they're not doing something, and I'm not advocating for them,
Right.
I'm just, you know, just thinking, it would seem like if they're just, if you can't just find them doing something like beating the monkeys or,
right.
you know what I'm saying, something, if everything they're doing is legitimately in the path
A
of
part of that
science,
procedure and
Exactly.
whatever it is they're working on. Yeah.
I mean, even if it does seem inhumane, it
And
may
see-
have to be done.
And that's why I said, I don't know if you heard me, but that's why I said, you know, I'm not saying that they were doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like I said, the perception that's being put out there is that what some of the things that they did seemed unintentionally or intentionally cruel.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know exactly what, of course, and what's not even being talked about that in any of the things that I've seen is, are these things that they're doing to these monkeys a part of that process? Is this
Right.
just you know, unfortunately these results happen, you know, these are some of like the worst results that you had,
Right.
but it was just a part of what you did to 20 monkeys and the other 17 didn't respond that way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, is that what this is? I don't know.
Yeah.
That part I haven't seen it talked about yet.
Yeah.
Hey, I left my water low. Can you hand it to me?
Most definitely.
Just with the whole with makeup and cosmetics and all that, it was experimented on animals first before it was put out. So
Yeah. And you know, it's sad that that's it's truly sad that that's what has to be done. You know what I'm saying? But in order to advance your species, damn,
playing
You know?
God.
sometimes to make, you know, like they say, as cliche
I mean-
as it sounds, if you want to make a cake, you got to break some eggs.
I'm okay. I'm okay with
It's
experimentation
fucked up,
on
though.
animals. I'm not saying that I would. I mean, I think it's cruel. I do think it's cruel, but at the same time, like I said, for scientific purposes, like a lot of people are up in arms about the bioengineered pig hearts.
Yeah.
You know, that guy who got the pig heart transplanted into
Yeah.
him. The reason they were able to do that is because they basically
Right.
genetically engineered this pig, so it could be, its organs could be acceptable for a transplant.
Yeah.
So it is in essence a human pig hybrid.
Right.
Okay, so people are,
Which is a trip.
but again, if this means that human lives can be saved,
Yeah.
if a person needs a liver, a person needs a heart, a person needs, you know,
Preservation.
whatever they might need, and they would be able to harvest these organs. No human is being harmed in the process, and this is potentially saving a human life. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Preservation.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all right with that. If I can't say at this point because I don't have any condition that would require it, but I can't say at this point if I would want that in my body.
Yeah.
But if you choose to do it because it's
Right.
going to save your life, I'm not going to be like, ugh, you nasty pig person.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
No.
But you know the sad part about it is because that when that becomes more prevalent, that bias is gonna happen.
It'll, yeah, of course.
It's
We're humans.
gonna happen. That's
We're
so
humans.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Though.
We're humans. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
But you know what else is ridiculous? Robotech.
Okay, wait. I wanted to
Okay.
just say one more thing on that
Okay.
previous subject, and
Alright,
then
bet.
we'll talk about Robotech.
Bet.
Okay, there's a show on Netflix called Altered Carbon.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you seen that?
Yes.
Okay, so did
Dope
you
show,
watch
by the
all
way.
of it?
Well, I haven't watched the one with the guy who plays
Falcon. Yeah,
but I've watched the previous one.
you watched the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one is the best, hands down.
And I watched
Okay,
the cartoon.
okay, so you did
Little
see the
bit of the
cartoon. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I haven't finished
Yeah.
that one yet.
But
I
the,
watched it.
the cartoon's
Yes.
good. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it
The
is.
cartoon's actually better than the
Yeah,
live action,
it is.
in my
It
opinion.
is. It is.
But-
It's like a souped up, futuristic Eon Flux type shit. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
yes,
It's
yes,
dope, dog.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, but that show to me, like, I think it would take something like that for almost something to that extreme for real race lines to be broken down.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you could literally inhabit
Yeah.
anybody,
Right.
you know, if you
Right.
did you like. Okay, I don't know if you saw this part or if you paid attention to it, but in the beginning of the series, there was a part where the court, basically a child had died, and the court was deeming that they could be brought back, but the parents were too poor to afford the appropriate body for her to be brought back in. And so they were given a court assigned body. And the body was like a 40-something-year-old woman.
Wow.
And so you had this
They put
kid's
her stack
mind
in the-
who was put into this.
I don't remember.
Dude, I was paying attention.
That was in one?
That was in. I want to say it was like the first episode.
No shit.
Yes.
That may be why I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because man, I'm telling you, when I saw that, I was like, "That's crazy." Like, but
that sounds like and I had to see it because it's number one. So that's the reason why I kept watching it. Yeah.
That's a crazy show. If you haven't
dope.
seen it,
It's really dope.
check out Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a roller coaster as far as sci-fi goes. But oh man, it's the first season is the best. Second season, and I can't think of that guy's name now, but he does play Falcon in the MCU.
Yeah.
But he's the main character in the second season. Second season is decent. It's not as good as the first, but the cartoon is really good.
Yeah.
The cartoon is
most
really
definitely.
good. Check it out.
Speaking of cartoons, have you checked out any of those DC ones yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Did you get a chance to check out Knights of Sidonia?
No, not yet.
Not
but
yet.
I did start watching. Which one did I start watching? It wasn't the Godzilla one. I looked for it, but it wasn't the Godzilla one.
Okay.
It was something else you told me to watch, and I started watching it, and it's dope. By the way, I just can't remember what it is, because I think I'm like whatever it is. I'm like about two, maybe 2.5 episodes
Was it animated?
deep. Yeah, it's animated.
Okay.
About two and a half episodes deep. But I can't remember what the name of it is.
Can you remember what it's about?
That's what I'm trying to remember now too. Cause if I could remember what it's about, I could remember the name.
It'll come to you.
Yeah. Hopefully.
It'll come to you. The minute,
Alright.
for me, stuff like that, the minute I stop thinking about it,
Say word. But let's talk about this Robotech, man.
man, okay.
B, you got to come sit down and talk about this one with us, dog.
I'll be there in a second.
I bet. Man, so this to me is the most important anime for me because this is what got me into
Yes.
anime.
Exactly. I was just finna say that.
Dude, I remember in the 80s, dog, you had to get up. It came on at what, like 8:30 in the morning?
7:30, 8 o'clock, something
7:30,
like that.
something like that. And I remember
about 6:30, 7:30 in the morning.
something like that because I remember every morning getting up and the first thing I did was make sure that I got dressed if I was going to school or either if I wasn't going to school, like it's the summertime or something, I had my blanket and my pillow, whatever toys I wanted, and I'm sitting right there watching everything that come on before because I did not want to miss it.
Yes.
I didn't know how to tell time. So I knew I get up this early, I'm going to see it. So sometimes I got to watch about 2 or 3 things before it come on. But I know what it is. So if I see one,
Then I'm
I
like,
know
oh
I'm
yeah, I
good.
haven't missed it.
Yeah.
I haven't missed it. Like, yeah.
So now you good. You just waiting on it.
All you gotta do is sit there and watch, not
Man.
fall asleep. Look.
Hey, but right, and not fall asleep. Because that happened a few times.
Now, see-
and you get really, really mad. dog.
See, the thing, and I know this generation has their own thing, but you don't get that excitement. You know what I'm saying?
Right, dog.
Like,
for cartoons.
there was a
yeah.
certain order. Like, if you turned on a channel at a certain time of day and you saw Popeye on,
Right.
okay, I know that after Popeye, it's gonna be the Flintstones.
Right.
After Flintstones, it's gonna be whatever.
Right.
And so if I come in and there's Popeye, then I'm in the right order.
Right.
Because the next few shows, I know what's coming next after
Right.
those, and I'm finna sit, and I like all of those, so I'm
Absolutely,
finna sit here and watch them all.
And
Yeah.
then we had our after school shows.
Oh yeah.
So you trying to get home before Transformers.
Transformers came on first.
Going on Toonami.
Nah, this
this
is
was
before
way- this
Toonami.
way before
dawg.
Toonami,
This is way
dude.
before that.
Yeah, this is way before Toonami.
Yeah, dawg, this day it wasn't even cable yet. Cable hadn't even hit yet, right? Or it was just
Well,
it
but
was still early in the game or something. But
Yeah, cable was around, but like back then, you still had to be kind of rich to have cable.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
You remember when people used to have whole satellite dishes that took up their whole backyard?
Yes, dawg. I
And-
remember that.
I had one.
And they only got like 75
Like,
channels or
Right,
some shit.
dawg.
You know?
If it was that many,
Right,
shit,
like-
I don't even think it was that many back then.
Oh
Because
man.
we only,
broadcast
because back then
system in your backyard.
we only had like what 4 or 5 TV channels.
I remember you used to have a huge antenna sitting on
That
top.
sound old.
Dude. I tried.
That's
Like,
not-
Today,
That sound old as shit. dawg.
niggas don't understand that TV used to go off.
Right,
Right.
dog.
You
Around
know,
2 o'clock in
yes,
the morning.
yes,
National
TV
anthem.
go off and all you hear is
but before that, it was the national anthem.
Yeah, you hear the
Right,
national
Then it
anthem.
right.
would go out.
right. You hear the national anthem.
Yeah.
And then
When
it
you
go
when
off,
you
dawg.
hit that part of the night, you was officially up late.
television went off.
And like every channel went off. Like it wasn't
Off.
13 went off, so I'm gonna turn on 26. No, 26 was off too. they all shut down.
I haven't thought about that in a really long time. That's
Right.
a long time ago.
Yes,
dawg.
yes.
The national
Wow.
anthem, then doo, time to go to sleep.
Wow.
Ain't nothing else on.
Thank you for sharing in our broadcasting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, that's how old we are.
Yeah, man.
Back in the dial phone
And
days.
it's not that old. It's just the young people today, they have no clue. Did he
Mm-mm.
say
It ain't old. It
Did you
ain't
say
old, but
4
it sure is a
channels?
long time ago.
Let me see. Okay,
Go.
when I was growing up, we had Channel 2, there was Channel 8, there was 11, there was 13, there was 20.
Remember 20 and 26 didn't come till later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was like middle school,
20.
high school.
26
Yeah.
was
When
the
we got
last
20 and
one.
26.
Yeah, 26 was
But
the
we
last
did have
one.
39.
Yeah, Fox was the
39
last
was
one.
around.
Yeah, 39 was already around.
39
That's
was
right.
around, but it wasn't like,
39
it wasn't
was already
WB
around.
back then. It was just something
Yeah,
local.
yeah.
But yeah,
It had
so,
three letters. or
so
something.
two-
26 was the last one.
so let's see, 2, 8,
Yeah.
11.
26 was the last one.
13, and 39.
Yeah.
So that's 5 channels.
Yeah.
That's 5 channels. We had 5 channels growing
That
up.
was it.
That was it.
And they went off.
YouTube
And
no-
dial
no
phones.
ASPN,
That's all we had. Dial phones
no
and that. That's all we
There
had.
wasn't even no computers. There
Right.
wasn't no computers in the crib.
Like
Come on, man.
in the 7th
PlayStation and
The
all that.
military
that
had
was none of
computers.
in
that.
That
the,
was
in the 7th grade at Thomas, I got in the computer club just because I thought computers were cool.
Yeah.
And if you was in the computer club, then you got to learn how to do stuff on the computers. So I
Yeah.
joined the computer club. You know, all we ever did was make banners.
For real.
You remember back in the day when they had print shop on the
Yeah.
computers?
Oh,
We basically became experts at print shop, and whatever was going on in school, if it was a pep rally, if it was this, if it was that, we made the banners for it.
Yeah.
That was what the computer club fucking did back in my day.
It was still DOS then.
Yeah, you turned on the computer. If you didn't put a DOS disk in there, you just had a green cursor in the corner, and that was all it was finna do.
The very first computer I had was a Commodore 64.
Yep, that was my first computer too, Commodore 64.
I had to do a full book of text just to get a ball to bounce across the screen.
Dude,
Wow.
okay, my Commodore 64 came with that same book, and it let you program. It gave you the programs for games.
Yeah.
Okay, but the problem is you couldn't save anything because the only way you could save is you had to buy a separate disk drive, or back then you could even there was even these magnetic cassettes, so you could actually store stuff on cassettes. Yeah, and you could buy the attachments, but they were fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And so I had the Commodore 64, but I never got the attachments. So
$35.
me and my brother literally one time stayed up for like 24 hours straight typing one of these programs in.
Yeah.
And it was basically Pong.
For real.
Yeah.
Say what? But at that time, that was dope.
Yeah.
Right, because we did it ourselves.
Right.
But we was like, and if like you typed if you made any mistakes, like you had to go back and find it. Because if it didn't work, it means you typed something wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you turned it off, it all went away.
Say what?
You gotta redo it all again.
Once you turned it off, it all went away. And if you wanted to do it again, you had to type all that shit in again.
Thank God for
Could you
PlayStation
imagine
1.
if somebody
And
like
Nintendo.
learned all of those different entire programs?
If I had really taken an interest in it, I probably would be like a hacker right now. You know what I'm saying? But I could do it then. You try to stick me and try to do some programming now, I wouldn't know what I was doing. It's changed so much.
Yeah.
Like, dude, yeah. My son is into programming, and he was showing me some of the stuff that he works on, and I'm just looking at it. It literally looks like Greek. I'm like, okay, what? Like back in the day, we was typing out commands like go to line 12.
So he knows code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows code.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nah. He wrote a program that just as like a test of his ability. He wrote a program that could tell you what type of credit card number you had by the first eight numbers, I think it was.
Yeah.
So if you type in the numbers, it'll tell you, MasterCard, Visa, Discover, whatever.
Well, actually, if you know the first number,
I know.
the first number
always tells you.
Yeah.
But not everybody knows it. I know that, and
Yeah.
I always think that that's common knowledge.
Yeah.
But I realized a long time ago, a lot of people don't know that.
And the only reason I know is because we all worked the type of job where you had to take credit
But it's
cards,
really
so
two
you
numbers.
learn that shit.
Because there's some that have fours. So the
Well,
second
no, but
number
the
is
first number
Yeah,
tells you.
4 is Visa, 5 is MasterCard,
Right.
6 is
Six is,
Discover,
Discover. Yeah.
and anything else is American Express.
Yeah.
But they have fours that are for Diners Card now too.
Diners Card is still around.
There's a 4. Yeah, there's some companies use Diners Card.
Well, maybe that's in the travel
Yeah.
business. Yeah,
But like just the main ones that
'cause, like,
anybody uses
yeah.
for that first number lets you know what it is.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah. But still, that's dope. I mean,
Like he can actually do that. Like, and he's made, he's written programs that animate shit. And I'm like,
see, I'm not gonna front, man. I saw this chick online, and she was advertising, teaching you how to make an app, right? Without learning coding.
okay.
And I started getting interested, and I was like, man, you could probably make some money, making the right kind of app, and if you don't need coding to do it. But then, when I started looking up coding, I started getting really interested in it. So I think I want to learn it, man.
Okay.
I think I want to learn it. Because if I learn coding well enough to make a video game with my imagination, oh man, I could imagine what the fuck I could make, dog.
I mean, I'll tell you. Talk to my son.
I just hated I waited so long to think about it.
Talk to my son, because if nothing else, he can tell you. He can probably point you in the right direction of where you might want to start learning, because he basically taught himself just from watching videos online. And,
that's what I was gonna do.
He did take an online course with Harvard, I believe it was. They was offering some kind of free online class with them on programming, and he went through the whole thing and passed it. Everything. They give you tests, and so like you have to do. You have to create a program that do certain things. Yeah. So they actually do test you on that shit, and I was like, okay, and he did good on it. So, like I said, if you're interested, talk to him. Yeah. I'll let him know that you're interested, and you might want to holler at him. But yeah,
which one is it?
Isaiah.
Yeah, you just say Isaiah.
Yeah. Isaiah.
Baby boy. Yeah.
Yeah. That was always
Wookie.
Dude, okay, total side note, but I got a proud papa moment, okay? Yeah. Now, and Isaiah, he's always been kind of a skinny kid, since he's got tall and stretched out and skinny. Yeah. But he's been working out, man. Yeah. He's been working out. And the other day he came downstairs and he had on like a tank top. Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute.
Say what?
I was like, what? Yeah. The boy got some chest on him. Yeah. Arms looking swole. I was like, okay. Yeah. Okay, I see you.
Maverick had that same moment. That same moment with Ramir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you see it, you like, okay, yeah. Looking like me back when I was your age, yeah. Except he just skinnier than me.
Yeah. I ain't seen
See, I got all girls, so it's the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see?
You looking at him, you like, damn, you look just like your mama.
Right, dog. God damn it.
not mine.
But that's why I teach them right.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got to worry about that shit. No. Yeah. I teach them right. And so far, they have proved me right.
Yeah.
They listen, man. They listen.
It's... How did we get on this?
I have no idea. We're supposed to be talking about Robotech. This is not Monday and Wednesday.
See, we started talking about nostalgia, and we went on a whole thing.
A whole nother tangent.
Oh,
but that's just the greenery. That's all that is.
Yeah.
So since Vanna Los ain't over here, I'm gonna
turn the sound away so they can see the picture.
This is Robotech. Okay. The entire song. If you have not checked it out, and you like cartoons, or you like manga, or all of the above, or a really good story, I suggest you tap in. It's 3 seasons. Yeah, pretty much.
3 seasons, 3 seasons, almost like 12 discs.
Hey man,
wow! And there's a lot of episodes on that.
Yeah.
But dude, when I'm telling you, this was my introduction to anime.
Yes.
Like you said, this was the show that made me realize that cartoons could be more than just kiddie stuff. You know, just more like there's action. Don't get me wrong. There's giant robots that transform and all of that. So it appealed to.
But people die.
Oh, and the drama and the romance and all of that, dude.
The love triangles, the stories, just. Man.
I can't lie. I wanted a relationship like Rick and Minmay in LA,
right?
Because she was so cute.
Yeah.
And it was just teenagers. Like and I was
Minmay, Los would have let her pee on his chest. I promise you.
Oh, she says Kairos, I'm good.
And she'll sing to you while she's saying it.
She made a whole alien race say, what?
This girl stopped the alien invasion by singing.
That
little Asian chick, man. Little cutie, dog.
Yeah.
Melee.
Hey, man. Rick Hunter, man.
So, Robotech ran from 1982 to 1984.
Yeah.
1982 to 1984.
Yeah.
Dude, I was let's see. In 84, I would have been 10.
I was
So-
10 in 82.
In 82, I was 8.
I was 10.
I was 10.
I was 17.
Yeah.
I graduated
I was
in
born in
83.
72, so 82 I was 10 years old when they came out.
Yeah, I was
Dude,
10.
damn.
I also watched the movie The Thing at that same age, but
Because we
That's
old.
Yeah.
you
So which one was your favorite? 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3.
The Cyclones, man.
Say, man, listen.
The
Let me explain,
Cyclones,
man.
man.
Dog. Let me
Envid,
explain
the
something,
Envid.
dog.
Yes, the Envid was dope.
Now, I have to admit, number
2 and 3,
the
but
the
Envid.
Macross, which is number 1, right? Macross is the introduction to manga, to anime, to all, right? Like it's what made you go, oh my god, like you were saying, this is what cartoons can be.
Yes.
Like it was something completely different. Y'all got to remember, because it came from Japan, and in Japan, cartoons are what grown-ups watch. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
They weren't
Those
made.
are soap
they
operas.
weren't-
Just because
yeah,
something was animated didn't mean
Right.
that it was for kids.
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Animation over there was a legitimate
So,
format for telling a story.
Exactly. And so you can imagine they didn't make it for kids. So when we watch it and we see the level of the artistry, the cartoon, man, it was the way it was drawn was just, it was so different from what you were
Everything
used to.
else that was
The
on TV at that time.
storyline, the art, everything, man, it was just dope. So yeah, we was up at 6:30 in the morning waiting on Robotech. Come on, man. and like you had family dynamics in it.
Man,
You had everything you think of in a soap. It was a kid soap opera.
basically, it was a kid soap
Well,
opera.
actually, not even a kid soap opera. It was just a
It-
soap opera.
It was a soap
with
opera
action.
with robots.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I
Exactly.
saw actual depth in that, I'm like, okay,
Right.
this
And
is
important people, not just side characters.
Right,
or-
not just the soldiers. you
Right,
know, yeah.
right. Like
No.
important characters that have been there for so many episodes, and you're attached to them, and they're a part of the story.
Do you know? Okay, this is like, you know how sometimes there's little things about a thing that you just love.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I loved about Robotech
What?
through all the series, I loved how they animated explosions.
Yeah.
I love how they animated explosions in that show. They did some explosion animations that, for me at that age, I was just like, that blew up.
Right.
Whatever that is,
Right.
that's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually did it did the very first Transformers, especially with the jets.
Yeah,
They
because
went from jet to
Guardian
being
mode.
Oh
Guardian
yeah.
mode with
That's
half-
right. That's
half
right.
jet to
That's right.
having legs and arms,
That's
and
right.
then to full robot.
You know what? I don't think a lot of people. I don't know, man. I don't think a lot of people noticed that.
Yeah, that
But
was the very
hold on,
first
okay.
Transformers.
Now-
Before
Yeah.
Hasbro came out with Transformers.
Yeah, they did. They didn't stay in the Guardian mode,
But
but
they
they
did.
transformed. That was one of the levels that it transformed into before it went to,
You
to
had
either the
yeah,
jet
you had
or the robot.
you had a like the top half of a jet that transformed to having arms and legs,
Yeah,
and then transforming to a full robot.
right,
3 different transformations, and they can go from all 3.
right.
So-
And that was the whole first season was based on that type of technology.
Yeah, in the first season, to try to explain, I don't know exactly the time period because, but
Yeah.
it was a ship that just kind of fell out the earth, just fell from
Fell to
space,
Earth, yeah,
and it took about 10, 20 years, and people, the ship was so huge, it's like just a simple door was like maybe 40, 50 feet tall.
right,
Nobody
Right.
can understand it. But they kind of just modified the ship to fit the people.
yeah. They were basically trying to understand the technology and then utilize it.
They
You know what I'm saying?
reversed.
Reverse engineered.
Yeah, they reversed engineered it.
They figured out the tech. It was alien technology, and they basically figured out how to operate it after
Right.
so many years of studying it, and then being able to adapt the ship itself because the thing about the ship is it was made. They could tell from the way it was built that the people who used it were basically humanoid,
Right.
but they were giants.
Giants,
They
right.
were 20 to 30 times bigger than the normal human. Like they could pick up a regular person just like in their hand.
Right.
So they were huge, but they didn't make that part known to the public.
Right,
Remember,
right.
they did that. That was part of the
Area 51.
ship. That
Right.
at least they didn't start letting like civilians in till after they had already converted it.
Right.
It was like, okay, we're gonna make it look like it's for us,
Right.
but we really understand that this is for some bigger, badder people. And so they basically, but in the process of learning how to operate that ship, they also start to understand some of the technology, and they are able to create these robots
Called Veritech Fighter.
the Veritech fighters. They basically look like jets, but they could have the ability to transform into full form robots that could fight hand to hand
Right.
with different weapons and all this kind of stuff. And they were piloted by a person. And so these pilots were not only like fighter pilots in a jet plane, but they were, I guess you could draw an equivalent to like Gundam.
Right, right.
So like Battlesuit Gundam,
Right.
that's kind of how it was. There was a pilot in a giant mech fighting in space because
Right.
eventually the aliens who originally owned the ship show up. And
Exactly.
that's only,
so
after-
humans had to build technology in order to deal with these big motherfuckers.
Right.
The thing is, they,
So the ships that they made, they were like F-14 Tomcats. Right?
Yeah.
And so
Badass jets.
and they could transform halfway, which was called Guardian mode.
Yeah.
And then they could transform into a full robot, which was just about the size of the humanoids called the Zentradi that actually lost that came to retrieve the ship.
I forgot they were called the
They were called the Zentradi.
The fucking
Yeah.
Zentradi. Yes,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And
this is only first.
and eventually they became friends. But for a long time, well, let's say eventually part of the Zentradi race became friends with humans. And the part they became friends with humans, it all started because they found this technology in order to turn Zentradi into human size.
Yeah.
And so some of the Zentradi, once they found that out, they wanted to live like humans
Yeah.
to see what it was
They
like.
had
when
no
they
the-
clue
started.
what humans were like.
The
What's this?
Zentradi culture was very militaristic.
Yeah.
And so they just were born and raised soldiers.
Yeah.
Emotion wasn't dealt with. You weren't supposed to even like have emotions. They reproduced by cloning.
Right.
So there was
Even
no.
though women were separate from the
Yeah.
men.
Right.
No, I don't think they were separate because there was like female commanders and stuff in the Zentradi forces. But
They weren't separate, but they didn't.
But
mate.
yeah, they didn't like.
mate.
There was no social interaction in
Right.
between them in
Yeah.
the sense of relationships
That's
or
right.
dating. They didn't. Yeah, there was no sex. There was none of that.
Right.
So when they started seeing how humans live, a lot of them got curious and was like, okay. And then when they had this technology that would allow them to be able to come down to human size and basically blend in with people because they look just like us.
Right.
Then they got to see how humans actually live, and they were like, okay, humans aren't bad. We like humans. And so eventually, by the end of that first season, yeah, that was the main female character. Her name was Minmay.
Yeah.
She was part of the reason why they got they became open to the idea because they heard her singing, and her singing was so amazing that it opened their eyes to the possibility of something more than what they had in their life.
Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this? I
So-
don't like it.
Yeah, man. It was really. Can you imagine? Listen to the things we're talking about, right? What we're describing. So, first of all, we're dealing with aliens. Then we're dealing with robotic technology. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're dealing with alien technology. Then we're dealing with human beings and relationships. And we're dealing with war. And we're dealing with, you know,
diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
There was so much
Right,
as far as
right.
talking about like.
Wasn't it a mix of religion in that too?
Yeah, because the Zentradi had their own religion. Of course, they didn't get deep into it. You know what I'm saying? But it had a little bit of that in it, just a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
It wasn't heavy as far as the religion stuff, but I
Yeah.
remember it being. I do remember it being touched upon a few times.
Yeah, and you know, it, and then in each season had all of those elements in it, but a completely different story.
Mm-hmm.
That in no way made you go, oh, that's kind of like the last one.
Mm-mm.
No, because
It's completely different.
and it was all. I mean,
Generational.
And
don't
all
get me wrong.
tied in.
Right,
Generational.
it
And
was
it's
generational. So
Right.
the first season ends, the second season starts, and this is years in the future from where the first season, left off. So you even have some of the same characters being talked about, some of the same names being mentioned, some of the events
children,
that happened.
The children of
Yeah.
some of the main characters, the
Rick
children
Hunter.
of some of the first people, or
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
The
man.
show was amazing.
Yeah,
The show
it
And then
really
really
actually,
was.
I think
dealing
I
with
think,
a lot,
I
and
think
we're
like
8 and 10 watching this.
I think like in the second season, they did do a cross between a human and Zentradi, and had a child. And that's
Oh,
what-
most definitely.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
how,
yeah, yeah.
That's how the
That's
second
second
season.
season goes.
That's how the second season. That's what the second season is based on.
It
Yeah.
was
That child.
Yeah.
that chick with the purple hair, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
it was a Gentrati woman that had the baby, but
Yeah,
the father was human.
It was Max Sterling and Miriam.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was Max Sterling.
They
Yeah,
got married, and they were the two best pilots in the
Ever.
whole game.
but on both sides.
On
Yeah,
both sides.
Yeah.
And she came to be human sized. They fell in love, and they fell in love because this was so dope. Now, this is a story that 8 and 10-year-old kids are watching. So, this is so dope. I gotta tell this. So, dog, so peep this. So, you have the Zentradi, the aliens coming down because they want their ship back. You got the humans saying, nah, y'all left that bitch here. We didn't learn how to use it. It's ours. Y'all got to, can't have it. Right? So, you have this dude named Rick Hunter, right? Who's like this flying savant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a young cat. It's just natural to him, right? All right. So he ends up getting, his big brother that he looked at. His name was Roy Fokker.
Mm-hmm.
Roy Fokker was the best pilot ever, right?
Never got
So,
shot down.
Never got shot down, none of that, right? But eventually, Rick Hunter becomes the best pilot. But then he meets this guy named Max Sterling. Max Sterling was actually a better pilot than he was, and they were best friends, right?
Yeah.
So Max Sterling was, when I say above and beyond his piloting ability, dude was untouchable, right? Untouchable. So there was this chick named Miriam who was a Zentradi warrior, right? She was just as good on their side.
Yeah.
They meet each other in combat and they can't beat each other. They've never met another person who was that good.
Good, yeah.
Who they just could not take out. And they ended up getting,
They earned like a respect for each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she came down to human size I think she came down to challenge him.
Right. She wanted to challenge him face to face.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so they ended up falling in love. They get married. First season ends. Second season begins. They have a kid. Right? Next Generation. That's the name of it, man. And she's a cold ass pilot, but like what they pilot are tanks, because she's it's like the army.
Yeah.
Right? They were in the Air Force.
Like the ground troops.
Yeah. Well, they were the ground troops, but I think they were like the army.
Yeah.
Because the third season, when you really think about it, they were more like the Marines.
Yeah, it was kind of overall.
Yeah, they were more like the Marines, which is my favorite shit.
Yeah.
But and it was a great storyline. You know what I'm saying? You also had cultural dynamics in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Interracial.
Interracial. It was dope, man. In the 80s, and we kids watching this. So you gotta understand why we so hype about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit was crazy. The third generation, man, was called the Macross. I mean, the what was it? I can't even remember right now.
It's all right there.
Oh, the new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new generation. So
with the cycles.
the Cyclones and the Alphas
Oh,
and the Betas
those
and the
Cyclones,
Envid.
man.
Look, man, the Envid Warriors, the Envid race. So the Envid were another race. So the Zentradi are no longer around, right? And if they are around, they're not a threat.
Yeah,
that
the
shit
Envid
is
were
over.
pretty much kicking the Zentradi's.
Yeah.
Forces. They were kicking
Yeah.
their asses even when before they even came to the planet.
Right.
So and now you got these generations, and now you got the Envid invading Earth.
And the Envid's they so dope, dog. I can't even front like the
Yeah, like we said, the one of the main
Yeah,
character, Rick Hunter.
Yeah.
He became Admiral Hunter.
Admiral Hunter, right?
Yeah, he became a legend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So it
It's
gets
crazy,
deep,
man.
people. It
But
gets
they
real
have
deep.
so they have these planes. The fighters that they have, they're called alphas, right? And they're these big, robust, like real thick jet fighters, like, you know what I'm saying? Like real heavy, and they can hover and shit. You know, I guess they would have been kind of like, this is not what they were, but this is what they kind of were like. This is the closest jet I can think of, and that's the jump jet. What
The
was it
Harrier
called?
jump jet.
Yeah, the what was the whole name? I can't even remember.
Oh.
The Harrier jump jet.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Or
that's
you
what I
said.
said.
Harrier.
I said Harrier.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the Harrier jump jets. So that's the closest thing I can kind of think about. You know what I'm saying? But they very dumb. And when they transform into robot, because they went to the 3 stages too, remember? But when they transform into the robot form, they're real. It's a lot bigger. To me, it was dope, but way doper than the Virotechs. And the Virotechs, I loved them. But the Alphas was really dope, man. So it was really dope. This boy is on it.
I used to have this one actually. Back in the day.
But did you ever realize, man, they kept this color scheme throughout, like, the whole thing, all 3 of them? Like, you would have blue, somebody would have on blue, somebody would always have on red, and somebody would always have on a greenish or a brownish color.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
there was always that kind of.
Because in the beginning you had Miriam, she had the red Virotech.
Yeah.
You know, and she was everything about her was red. And then who was red in the in the second generation?
Now you're gonna make me think.
I can't remember who was red in the second generation, but in the third generation, remember her name was Rook Bartley.
Oh yeah.
She was everything about her was red. You know, her Cyclone was red. Her Alpha Fighter was red.
But subtle stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you had to love it. You had to love it.
It was dope, man. I love that shit. That was one of my favorite memories, dog. Waking up to watch that shit.
Fucking Robotech. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, man.
But the Envid, the ships, I forgot what they were called, that looked like crabs.
Shock Troopers.
The Shock
Envid
Troopers.
Shock Troopers.
Yeah, the Envid Shock Troopers. Those were my favorite ones. Because they just look like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was so dope.
Claws and shit.
Yeah.
That shit look crazy.
That shit was so dope back in the day.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Shock Troopers.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, they were pretty much they were half biological.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah, that's right.
Because the Envid, all of their tech was like biotech.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly, dog.
Shock
They
troopers.
were literally connected to their.
And the thing is, watching Robotech, because I remember going to the mall, and they used to have Robotech models where you can put together.
Yes.
Yeah, I do
Yes.
remember that.
I used to get them too, dog. I used to get them all the time.
That's what got me into modeling.
Bruh, that's what got me into modeling.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what got me into doing models, man. That's right.
Okay.
Those Robotech. No, I take that lie back. My play brother from down the street, I was telling you about, named Brian, the one that had all the funkadelic shit.
Yeah.
He's the one that got me into that. Yeah, he's the one that got me into that. And I forgot what the hell we was talking about that quick.
Time frame.
An hour.
What was we just talking about?
Well, we need to wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, I can't even remember anyway. So I
Get to
guess
the
that's
next
a sign.
Same.
So next session, I'm gonna bring some Robotech figures.
Yeah, that's
All right.
I got my toys. Bring your toys.
I'm gonna bring one of those models that we was talking about.
We're gonna have a battle.
And I'm also, come on, man, don't play with my emotions. Don't play with my emotions, dog. Hey, man, remember I was the one in the X-Mansion had niggas playing G.I. Joe.
Yes,
nigga.
Why you bullshit? That shit was fun.
Met you. It came to your house for the very first time. I went to your room. You got models hanging from strings up
Hey,
here.
man.
I was like,
Hey, man,
wow.
better believe it, dog.
I used to do model airplanes.
Yeah.
And I used to have them all hanging on my walls.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was
Goddamn right.
I got
Goddamn
the way
right.
I got rid of them though. I had put
I had like one or two of them, and then I can't really think of them.
I would put firecrackers in the back.
Yeah. See, that's blasphemy to me.
And I
Like,
would throw
why
it
would
in-
you do that to that beautiful toy? Man?
I had it for so long, it was time for dude to get caught.
Hey man, look, I got shit that I had since the
But if you do this
80s,
thing
and if
for
something happened to it, I'd be crushed.
doubt it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Pristine from that era and it's still in packaging. You know how much money?
no, I have some of those.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, this is why I love this
Nigga,
Negro.
that was
over here.
NFTs before it was
Right now,
NFTs.
facts.
So
Yeah,
kept
man.
I wish I would have kept my very first original Bumblebee, but
Seriously.
right. I used to have the big G.I. Joes with the scars and shit,
Oh.
and the fuzzy hair.
oh dude, you know how much money?
Yeah, those used to have
Especially
them.
still in box.
I
But
can't
you
get this
never-
one
when you were
hand
a
out.
kid and I'm growing up, you don't
Let me
think
see.
about
My
that.
fingers
That's why I
is,
blew my jets up. It's time
my
for
fingers
it
is
to
a
load
little
just to see
skinnier
it
than yours. Maybe I
fall
can get.
apart. That was
Alright, let's beat us out.
good. You know.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up.
Yeah, man.
Smoke session number 6.
Smoke session number 6. I appreciate y'all for being here, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m., man.
And-
and don't forget.
Don't forget, we doing the charity. We raising some funds
Absolutely.
for Stand for the Silent. So check out our website, thedailysmoke.com.
And we'll have the information.
Yeah, all the
Somewhere
links and
above
everything
somewhere.
is on the website. So check it out.
It's gonna be right here. You can touch it.
Right.
Right there. Right
Ooh,
there.
it's
gonna
soft.
be-
They
I
don't
know,
watch-
ain't it?
Damn.
Ain't it? Right.
If
Exactly.
they don't watch the Mondays and Wednesdays show, make sure you're on Monday because that's when we're having the guests. from.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
21st.
Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. same time. But this Monday coming up.
Oh, but you know what?
What's up?
This won't air before that interview. Before we
Oh,
have
it
him on the
won't.
show.
It
Yeah,
won't.
that's right.
Well, if y'all
Yeah,
watching this,
Tuesday.
make sure
Just
y'all
keep
go
going.
back and watch yesterday's episode.
Just
Exactly.
keep going. Just
Watch
it.
yesterday's
Keep going.
episode,
Yeah.
man. And make sure y'all tap into that because it's a very, very worthy cause. We're going to have the information up here. What we're doing is trying to raise money for Stand for the Silent.
Yeah.
Okay? And what that is this organization that is out to support and make and bring awareness to bullying. All right? Because you got a lot of kids out there that get bullied and a lot of them that have
Physically,
actually taken their
cyberbullying.
life as a result of their bullying. You know what I'm saying? So, and these are our kids. It's our future, man. We got to
Yeah.
tap in and we got to
Protect
support this. All right? So, y'all make sure y'all go do that. Hey, Los, tell them where they can send money. I'll put it up on the screen. So you don't really have to, but if you want to, you can shout it out.
Yeah. Well, by the time this airs, what you'll want to do is
Oh yeah, by that time.
watch the Monday episode because then
Yeah.
where you can donate to will be on there.
Right.
Or if you want to donate straight to them, it's standforthesilent.org.
Well, actually,
Donate
you
there.
know what? They can go to our website and just go down to the bottom, and you can click there where you see Stand for the Silent, and you can click the button on there, and it'll take you directly to where you can donate directly to them.
Right.
So y'all make sure y'all tap in, and our website is thedailysmoke.com.
And the
All right.
THA.
I mean, no, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
tripping. I'm about to say
And just
Gmail.
make sure that
you gonna be all right.
Right,
If
right.
you donate straight to them, just make sure you add us somewhere
Yes,
in the
make sure,
comments.
because there's
so
a
they know
part
it
on there
comes from
where
us.
you can, where it says name. So after your name, just put TDS, all right, for The Daily Smoke, and then they'll know that that donation is from us. All right, we appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. Make sure y'all share, like, and subscribe. Pass the word, because we got to get our listeners, we got to get our watchers up, we got to get our views up, and our subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And we are really, really close to 1,000 subscribers, man. Thanks to our Mondays and Wednesday shows. So y'all, please pass the word. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe so we can go ahead and hit that 1,000. All right, appreciate y'all. Know because it's coming, dog.
You might already be there.
That's how my mind think. You know what I'm
might
saying?
already
We
be there,
about to
man.
hit 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
100,000. Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
get there.
better.
Yeah,
100,000.
yeah.
It'll get there.
Oh, I kept stopping at 100.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
100,000.
see, that's what my mom was. See, I wasn't even thinking that. I was about to say 100,000 each time. That's why I said that's what my mind did. I didn't even think about that because I'm not in y'all's head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was thinking 100,000 the whole time. So yeah, we gonna get there. But yeah, that's what's up, man. So I'm your boy Big Ruck,
Brother Jam.
Your boy Bishop.
Brother Los.
and we are the Daily Smoke, and these are smoke sessions, and this is number 6, and we are out.
Peace.
Peace.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Weed time.
We